Hey friends, the DeFi Doctor here, Head of Education at Decentralized Masters, where we break down the crypto world and make it simple. Today we're diving into privacy coins, one of the most controversial and misunderstood parts of the crypto space. Governments hate them, regulators fear them, but privacy coins might just be the last stand for true financial freedom. In this video, we're going to break down what privacy coins are, how they work, and why they matter. We'll go over the top privacy coins, comparing their strengths, their weaknesses, and finally, we'll talk about where privacy coins are headed in 2025 and beyond. And of course, I'll share my personal take, because while privacy coins are powerful, they aren't perfect. So let's get into it. What are privacy coins? Well, let's start with the basics. Bitcoin and Ethereum are not private. A lot of people think they are, but in reality, every transaction you make on Bitcoin or Ethereum is public and traceable. If you send Bitcoin to someone, anyone with a block explorer can see it. They can see your wallet, where your Bitcoin came from, and where it's going. It's all on the blockchain for the world to see. Privacy coins fix that. They use special cryptographic techniques to hide the sender, receiver, and the transaction amounts. Think of it like this. If Bitcoin is like paying with a check, where your name and details are right there for everyone to see, then a privacy coin is like paying with cash. No one knows where it came from. No one knows where it's going. It just gets used and that's it. Now, that sounds great for personal privacy, but it also makes regulators nervous, because if money can move around completely untraceably, it becomes a lot harder for governments to track what people are doing with it. It's our best interests against theirs. Easy choice. The most popular privacy coins. All right, let's talk about the biggest privacy coins in the game and what makes each of them unique. First up, it's Monero. Monero, or XMR, is the undisputed king of privacy coins. It doesn't just hide transactions, it makes them completely untraceable and unlinkable. It does this with some heavy cryptography, using techniques like ring signatures, stealth addresses, and confidential transactions. Ring signatures mix your transaction with a bunch of others, so no one can tell who sent it. Stealth addresses generate one-time addresses so the recipient's wallet isn't exposed. And confidential transactions hide the amount being sent. In simple terms, Monero makes every transaction look like noise. It's impossible to tell where money is going and where it came from. Personally, I love Monero because it's private by default, decentralized, and battle-tested. But let's be real, it has some downsides. It's harder to use compared to Bitcoin. It's not supported by many exchanges because of regulatory pressure. And governments absolutely hate it, which means they'll do everything in their power to make it difficult to access. But even with all of that, Monero isn't going anywhere. It's the best privacy coin in existence, and people who care about financial freedom will always find a way to use it. Now let's talk about Zcash. Zcash was built on Bitcoin's codebase, but added an advanced privacy setting called ZK Snarks. That's a fancy way of saying it lets users choose between two modes: transparent transactions, which work just like Bitcoin's, and shielded transactions, which are completely private. Now, in theory, this sounds amazing. The cryptography is solid, but here's my issue. Privacy is optional. Over 95% of Zcash transactions are still transparent, which kind of defeats the purpose. And on top of that, there's a built-in view key that lets certain entities audit transactions. That's a big red flag for me. If you're using a privacy coin, but someone can have a backdoor to track you, then what's the point? That said, Zcash is still an important privacy project. But if you ask me, Monero is still a better choice. And then there's Dash. Dash started as a Bitcoin fork and added a feature called Private Send, which mixes transactions to make them harder to trace. But here's the problem. Private Send isn't true privacy. Dash transactions are still visible on the blockchain, and regulators don't even consider Dash a privacy coin anymore. I've used Dash before, and it's great for fast payments, but let's be honest, It's more of a payments coin than a true privacy coin. So if we're ranking privacy coins in terms of how effective they are, Monero is still at the top. Zcash is in the middle, and Dash, well, Dash is kind of just hanging out. The future of privacy coins, will they survive? So now we get to the big question. What happens to privacy coins in 2025 and beyond? First off, governments are going to keep fighting them. Regulators are already cracking down. In 2023, the European Union proposed banning anonymous crypto transactions altogether. And in the US, several exchanges have delisted Monero and Zcash because they don't want to deal with the legal risks. But here's the thing. Privacy coins are just software. You can't ban math. You can't stop people from running their own nodes and trading peer-to-peer. People will always find ways to use them. And honestly, privacy is going to be a bigger issue as we move towards more financial surveillance. With governments pushing CBDCs or central bank digital currencies that let anyone track and control every dollar you spend, people are just going to start realizing how important financial privacy is. Right now, most people don't care, but wait until they see what full financial surveillance looks like. That's when privacy coins will have their moment. And even if centralized exchanges stop listing Monero, decentralized exchanges will keep it alive. Platforms like Haveno, Bisq, and Thorchain can't be stopped, which means there will always be ways to trade privacy coins. That's why I believe Monero and other privacy-focused projects will survive. It won't be easy, but a fight for privacy is a fight worth fighting. So let's bring it all together. Privacy coins protect financial freedom. Monero is the best true privacy coin, while Zcash and Dash have trade-offs. Governments are cracking down, but privacy coins will survive through decentralization. Here's my take. Privacy isn't about hiding something bad. It's about having control over your own money. Think about it. Would you want every text message, every phone call, and every email you send to be public forever? No. Then why should your financial transactions be public? Privacy coins are about giving you back control. Whether you use them or not, understanding them is crucial in a world where financial surveillance is increasing. Thanks for tuning in to another Decentralized Masters crypto class. If you found this useful, subscribe and hit that like button. Stay sharp, my friends, stay decentralized, and I'll see you in the next class.